We're live. We're live. We're live from Puerto Rico. Family, I got to tell you something. I am not feeling makeup. So I put a little something on for you today because I haven't worn foundation. I did put on foundation the other day for the beauty event. I have not been feeling foundation. I haven't been feeling blush. And I'm a makeup gal. I have not been feeling all of the glam. Because you know why? Because I'll show you why. I'll show you why. I'll show you why. Because of this. Like, all I've been doing, I only have the door closed right now because I'm sound for us. So before we begin Witchy Wednesday, let's just say hey to Yemia. Can we? Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? So, family, I can't even deal with the makeup. I put on a little something today, but I have not been feeling makeup. I've been feeling the beach and chilling and writing, of course. I'm writing and all that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Aurora Day, how you loving? Aurora Day, you don't need anything. Thank you. Thank you so much, Aurora Day. Oh my goodness. Aurora Day, you are absolutely magnificent. You always look so fab. And I mean, your pictures do. I'm sure you do in person as well. I'm sure you always look fab. I love it. I love it. Okay, Victor, how you love it, Victor? I agree. No to the makeup today because I was going to see my Valerie. And I said, who the hell? I like that, Victor. You got me cracking up over here. Okay, Rosa, which I know, wish I was there. Oh my God. Oh, I look fabulous. Okay, I still look okay. Thank you. Victor was like, who the hell is that? Victor, I tell you, you can accomplish some incredible, astounding transformations with makeup. That's for sure. OMG. All right, come on with it. Victor. Since you're in my homeland. Oh, this is your homeland. You should make sure if you could go to the. Oh, wow. I heard about that lagoon. There are 3 that are year round. Oh, I promise you. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely gonna go there next time I come because where Spirit is channeling a retreat center through me, and it's gonna be in Puerto Rico, and it's channeling and it's coming, Victor. It's coming. So this retreat center in Puerto Rico is gonna be beautiful. So I'm coming back to the States. Well, I'm in the States right now. Puerto Rico's in the States, right? I'm in the States right now. So I'm going to be coming from Puerto Rico to the U.S. Next week, and then I'll be back here again soon. Oh my goodness, Arlene. Thank you so much. Arlene Cahet, how you love it? How you love it? Arlene, oh my goodness, when we have this retreat center over here, you have got to come over and do some of your healing magic that you do. You and King. You know, bring your books, bring all your deliciousness and your healing magic and your healing love and vibes and all of that. We want all the healers to come, all the healers to come. Caleb, how do you become a witch? I got you, boo. I got you. I got you. What? I wrote the book on it. I wrote the book on it. By the way, thank you, family, because this book has been on the top. It's been on the bestseller list for weeks and weeks and actually months now. It's been on the bestseller list for months. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. I am so thankful and just humbled and awed at what this book is doing in the world and for me and for everyone who's reading it, whether they agree, don't agree, whatever it is. So pick this up. And prayerfully, it will give you somewhat of a roadmap, unless you already have your roadmap. If you already have your roadmap, then, just use this to maybe add some more to what you're doing. Hold on. Comments. I did something with the comments. What did I do? I don't even know how I did that. Okay. I did something with the comments here. Okay. All right. Now I think we're good. Oh, I put the banner on. Okay. I don't know how I did that, but I pressed something. Pardon me, family. You don't press things while you're in a live stream. Don't press any buttons. Oh. Okay. Okay, now let's go back to comments. I don't even know what I did. I don't know what I did. Let's see if I can figure it out. Can y'all still see me and hear me? Let me know. This is so weird. This is very strange. Hold on. I'm gonna get this together. Okay. Hold on. Let me turn my camera back on. Okay. All right. I have the comments back. Shoot, that was weird. Okay. How do you become a witch? All right. Michael says, hi, I'm new to yay. And I've also finally decided to go with what has always been in me. I love it. I've always felt witch. I have found that it's nothing to be scared of. Fear not. Fear not. I love that. Congratulations. Congratulations on your breakthrough. We love when people have breakthroughs. We love it. We love it. We love breakthroughs around here. We love it. That's what this channel is all about. That's what this work on the planet is all about. It's about breakthroughs. All of us having our divine breakthroughs. So thank you to everyone who bought the book, who's buying the book. And remember to leave a review. If you have the book, leave a review and let us know how it's working for you, how you're working with it. And that's going to help other people see if they should buy it as well. Woo! Super chat, come on! Money in the vortex, money in the vortex, money in the vortex. Woo, woo. Money in the vortex, baby. How you loving? I love you. Ooh, Dubai. Is that Dubai? Let me see this comment. Oh, love from me. I love you. Thank you, Dobby. It looks like Dobby. I hope I'm reading that correctly. Love you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I love you. Family, this is just, hold on. Oh, brother. Okay. Let me stop touching things and let me just get down to our content for today. Because it seemed like every time I touch something, I don't usually do StreamYard on my mobile. So I'm doing it on my mobile and it's different. So let me not touch anything so I don't go anywhere. So we just gonna leave it just like it is. Okay. So hold for a minute. Okay, there we go. So I can see what we have going on. So today we're talking about the 10 Commandments. Last week on Witchy Wednesday, we dipped into it, but we didn't go all the way into the 10 Commandments. What is the origin of the 10 Commandments? Did Moses receive the 10 Commandments from God? Or I am that I am, as the word came forth from the burning bush. Now, I've come to the conclusion that Moses did not, that the 10 Commandments did not start with Moses. The 10 Commandments started actually 2,000 years before Moses. I'll share with you what I came to based on my research and what the inner inspiration is. And then you, of course, you have your own conclusions that you may have come to, and then we get to share and we get to discuss. So let's talk about where the 10 Commandments came from. So in my paradigm, the 10 Commandments came from Egypt, or Kemet. Kemet is the ancient word for Egypt before the Greeks named it Egypt, right? So Kemet, K-E-M-E-T. And basically, Kemet is where you can trace all the magic. You can trace all the magic back to Kemet. And there's a saying in magic that says God gave 10 parts of magic to the world, He gave 9 parts of it to Egypt. So, pretty much, if you want to find some magic, mysticism, all of this, these, initiatory practices, go to Egypt. And that's where you're going to find many of these things. And when you look at the Bible, and I'm writing a book about this, Egyptian magic for the Christian witch, and this book is going to be so delicious. This book actually it traces it back and gives you. Oh, we just already got a Snakey Sherry. Hey, Derry, how you loving? You gifted a friend a copy of the book. Oh my God, and she free. Love the dedication. I was just looking at that today, actually, because I'm going to be doing a book. There's the dedication. Take a quick pic of it, family. Derry and the Christian Witches Roundtable is who this beautiful tome is dedicated to. So I'm so thankful for the Christian Witches Roundtable. I'm telling you, I found those witches and I'm like, wow, it's like sisters. Like we were just like thinking the same thing in all these different churches and religious buildings. And we were sitting there like thinking almost the same things. It's amazing, amazing. So let's go back to ancient Kemet and let's talk about Moses. Ooh, Moses is one of my favorite magicians from the Bible. Even Kabbalah calls Moses a magician. All-time favorite magician. Well, what do you call a person that has a magic cloak and a magic staff other than a magician? I don't know what you would call them. I call them a magician. That's just me. Now, let's go back to ancient Kemet. And before we go into where the 10 Commandments actually came from, we have to understand a little bit about the cosmology in ancient Kemet. So in ancient Kemet, let's start with Neter, N-T-R. Neter, what is Neter? Neter is the all. Neter is the divine. Neter, it could even be called nature, or it could be called inter, right? It's NTR because the Egyptians didn't have any vowels. So Neter, what is this? This is the whole principle of the whole, the one. Maybe we would call it source, the all. We could call it infinite intelligence. And we could call it this infinite energy that is in everything that we have now even seen in quantum physics. That's Neter or inter, right? So the Neter is where everything came from. It's what everything lives in. It's the same thing that we said when we talk about God, that we live and breathe and move in God in whom we have our existence, right? It's the animating principle. So this Neter or inter, the all, from where all things came, the Neter was the principle, I guess you could say the creative principle, right? Now, even beyond God's actual personages, because the Neter is not a person. The Neter is not like one God, like one big head honcho. That's why I didn't like the movie The Gods of Egypt. It was horrible. I don't know what Hollywood is doing, but that was a really bad one. But anyway, the Neter is not a person, right? Now, in addition to that, what we know is that everything is an expression or an emanation of the Neter. So you're talking about the Nile was an aspect of the Neter. The Neter and Neter root, right? The crops, everything had this essence or principle of it, the Neter. Now, we have the sun god Ra. And we know about Ra, we know about the sun god. And we have Thoth, or Thoth, or Hermes, or Trismegistus. Trismegistus, thrice great, or Hermes is the one who is the author, quote unquote, of the Kabbalion, which talks about the 7 Hermetic principles, right? So Hermes, or also Thoth, or Thoth, right? Thoth, T-H-O-T-H. Thoth and, or Thoth, however you want to say it, right? Thoth and Ra, Thoth being the god of pretty much everything, writing, scribes, reading, science, math, language, magic. All of this is attributed to Hermes or Thoth, the great one, the great one. I mean, all of this from Thoth. Now, from Thoth came Mayat. And Mayat, we know, is the goddess, and she's not a person, she's more of a principle, right? But we refer to her as a female. Mayat is what? What does Mayat stand for? Mayat stands for cosmic order, as it is laid out in principles. It's the way you live your life. So when you're living Mayat, you're living in a way that is harmonious with the whole universe, and in a way that's harmonious with the Nile River and with the seasons and the tides and the moons and the great star Sirius over the Egyptian pyramid. You're living in harmony with the all when you're living Mayat. So Mayat is not so much a person. I think sometimes we as humans, we get things all discombobulated because we're trying to make these big, great universal principles into people. We're trying to anthropomorphize, I hope I said that right, these beings, and they cannot really be scrunched down to being a person. Yet we understand that if we take this great principle of cosmic order and we bring it down into a goddess, that she's more accessible now, because this is a goddess we're talking about. So the goddess Maya with a feather on her head. So when we're in class, this current class in the mystery school is being initiated, a group of witches being initiated into the temple of Mayat. And what does that mean? This is the temple of love, light, and truth. And we have a feather. Why is a feather the icon or the symbol of Mayat? Well, let's go a little deeper into what we understand from Kemet. When a person passed on, now in ancient Egypt, there's no such thing as death. It was the afterlife and continuing on, right? Which I think everybody knows that pretty much. Even if you just watch the History Channel, you never really study these kinds of things. Like mostly everybody knows that the Egyptians knew that life didn't end when your body ended. We know that. So we won't go too deep into it. This is the part that we will go into. And for this discussion, as it relates to the 10 Commandments and why we're talking about Ra, Thoth, and Mayat. Mayat, principle of cosmic order, balance, truth, justice, doing things the right way, being rightly aligned, right? All of that. That's Mayat. Well, when a person died, they went to the underworld, and when their soul went down to the underworld, they're going to meet Osiris, which makes sense because Osiris represents the principle of resurrection. So we could call Osiris the judgment card, because in the judgment card in the tarot, what do we see? We see people who have died, and there's a clarion call of a trumpet from an angel or archangel's clarion call. They hear the clarion call and they arise from a death. They are being resurrected in the judgment card. Now, Osiris is sitting in a judgment seat when the ancient Egyptians would go to the underworld. So you just died, you dropped your body, right? You go down to the underworld. Here is Osiris. Osiris is there in the underworld, is going to judge you now. Mayat is here in the underworld, and Mayat's scales are here. On the scales, one side of the scale has the feather of Mayat. The other side of the scale, they're going to weigh either your heart or your soul, depending on which legend you're reading and studying, right? So let's call it your heart. Basically, putting either your heart or your soul on the scales was to determine what kind of person were you in your life. Were you a person who lived according to Mayat? So now we have these two, right? We have these two. Now, from the Ground Up Productions, let me read what the Ground Up Productions is saying. People looking at it in a Bible point of view. No, Moses getting the 10 Commandments from God. Yeah, that's what they say. They say Moses got the 10 Commandments from God. But is that what really happened? That's my question, right? So, and as you dig and you study, you will find many, many, many more things beyond what they told us in church, right? In church or whatever experience we're in, whether we're church or mosque or wherever we may be, while we honor where we are, and I honor all religions, I always tell people, keep a hold of your head. Don't let anyone brainwash you like religion can do, and go on your own independent search and study of all these things. Most people just sit in church and they just listen like, yes, pastor, preach, woo, yes, preach, pastor. We have to go beyond that if we're going to be giant souls, yes, and experience our ascension. So, and become God, basically. That's my only goal, become God. Now, Mayat is here with the scales and her feather on one side of the scale. She's going to put your heart or your soul, or basically who you're being, on the other side of the scale. Osiris is here, and also you have the goddess Anit. I hope I'm saying that right. Not the goddess Anit, the god Anit. Anit, Annit. This is basically the crocodile head god that's going to just devour you on sight if you're not right. Just like shoom, and that's where you're going to stay forever. And you just, I guess it's the Egyptian version of hell. Okay? Then, that's not all. We have 42 judges, and the 42 judges are sitting here. And the 42 judges, there's one judge to connect with each of the 42 principles of Ma'at. So the 42 principles of Ma'at. Now, I said all of that just to get to the 42 principles of Ma'at. And we also know these as the 42 negative confessions. I used to have them on my wall many, many, many years ago, before I even discovered I was a witch. When I left the witnesses, when I threw all my Bibles in the basement and locked the door, didn't want to have nothing to do with it anymore. Well, I came across the 42 principles of Ma'at. This probably was like 20 years ago, right? And it was a beautiful scroll. I think I still have it in my magical implements. I would have to go look in there. And it's this beautiful scroll, and I used to have it on the door, right? And you put it on your door, like the back of your bedroom door. So you close your bedroom door and you do your confessions. And the confessions are in the morning and they're in the night. So in the morning, the confession will be, I will not, blah, blah, blah. I will not, blah, blah, blah. I will not, blah, blah, blah. You come back and you do your confessions at night. I have not, da, da, da. I have not, da, da, da. I have not, da, da, da. It's a beautiful confession. We all know confession is good for your soul, if not for the reputation. Confession washes you. It's a bath. So this is just a spiritual cleansing every morning and every night. That's all this is, energetically. And it's reminding you of how you're supposed to live. So let's look at the 42 confessions, and you tell me if any of them sound like the 10 Commandments, and then we'll go further. Number 1, I have not committed sin. Number 2, I have not committed robbery with violence. Number 3, I have not stolen. Sound familiar? Number 4, I have not slain men or women. Number 5, I have not stolen food. Number 6, I have not swindled offerings. Number 7, I have not stolen from God, goddess. Number 8, I have not told lies. Number 9, I have not carried away food. Number 10, I have not cursed. Number 11, I have not closed my ears to truth. Woo, I wish people would live these. Number 11, I have not, number 11 was I have not closed my ears to truth. Number 12, I have not committed adultery. Number 13, I have not made anyone cry. The act is so raunchy and ratchet that people just hurt people's feelings everywhere you go. Just being a mean hard ass. That's not cool. That's not cool. Maya doesn't like that. I have not, number 14, I have not felt sorrow without reason. You see, it wasn't even good for you to just walk around feeling all depressed and sorry. Like, no. Now, if you have reason to feel that way, allow that feeling and let it continue on. Express it and let it roll on like waves in the ocean. But you're not just going to be walking around here all sorrow and sad for no reason. Number 15, I have not assaulted anyone. I think the President of the United States needs that one. The one that's, well, they're voting now. Anyway, his Twitter account, I don't know about that. He might need that one. have not assaulted anyone. I'm just saying. Number 16, I am not deceitful. Number 17, I have not stolen anyone's land. Number 18, I have not been an eavesdropper. You know, people nosy, looking, going around, listening, and running and carrying a little word, and all they got was a piece of it. Number 19, I have not falsely accused anyone. Number 20, all of these would have knocked out all the presidential debates if the politicians in these United States were following the 42 confessions of Mayat, we would not have the hysteria and the hoopla that we have out of our world leaders. And this probably goes beyond the United States. Number 19, I have not falsely accused anyone. Number 20, I have not been angry without reason. Number 21, I have not seduced anyone's wife. Woo, yeah. I know some people that, I could have used that back in the day myself. Number 22, I have not polluted myself. Giving yourself in a space of being non-polluted, even in thought and emotion and word and deed. And of course, physically, I have not terrorized anyone. Number 24, I have not disobeyed the law. Number 25, I have not been exclusively angry, just angry all the time, just walking around mad, mean, angry and ratchet, right? Number 26, I have not cursed God, Goddess. Number 27, I have not behaved with violence. Number 28, I have not caused disruption of peace. Woo, please give this to our politicians, please. Number 29, I have not acted hastily or without thought. Ooh, that's a good one. I have not acted hastily or without thought. That means, do we see that these are a way of being? That if you continue saying these to yourself every morning and you say them to yourself every night, like these are the nighttime confessions, I have not. In the morning, you say, I will not cause disruption of peace. Right? In the night, you say, I have not caused disruption of peace. And if everyone in the community is saying these things over and over and over again every day, morning and night, you have a sort of way of being. And they say it took the Egyptians 1,200 years to even formulate the 42 principles of Ma'at, right? Number 29, I have not acted hastily or without thought. Number 30, I have not overstepped my boundaries of concern. Love that. Boundaries. Number 31, I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. I do that sometimes. Number 32, I have not worked evil. Number 33, I have not used evil thoughts, words, or deeds. Because we know, and as the Egyptians knew, it all is coming back to you, right? Number 34, I have not polluted the water. This is so critical. The elements, I have not polluted the water. Wow. I have not spoken angrily or arrogantly. Oh, that's beautiful. You know, being humble, right? Number 36, I have not cursed anyone in thought, word, or deeds. I don't curse anyone, including myself, right? Which is cursing others. If I curse others, I'm cursing myself because we are all one. Number 37, I have not placed myself on a pedestal. Ooh, like we're no better than anyone else, right? I'm no better than anyone else. I've not placed myself on a pedestal. That's a good one. 39, I have not stolen what belongs to God, Goddess. 39, I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased, right? That's the dead, the crossed over, the passed over. Number 40, I have not taken food from a child. Ooh, yes, that's just ratchet, taking food out of kids' mouths. Number 41, I have not acted with insolence. We don't like insolent people. Number 42, I have not destroyed property belonging to God, Goddess. This means no desecration of temples or holy places. And even if the temple or the holy place does not belong to you, we desecrate no temple or holy place, right? We revere and regard all temples and holy places because that temple is where they meet God. Even if it's not where you meet God, someone meets God there. And we ought to have profound honor and respect for that. Yes, every holy temple I've ever gone into, I could just, from India to Peru to Hawaii to Dubai. In Dubai, I didn't go into the mosque in Dubai. I went to the mosque over here in the U.S. to the synagogue. Everywhere you can feel the presence of God, right? So that's right. You cursing other people. That's exactly right, Eden. You know, if you curse others, you curse yourself. That's exactly what it is. You know, and you know what I found out? Hey, magical minister, how you loving? You know what I found out, Eden? A lot of magical people don't understand that principle. They be, well, I'm gonna get a freezing spell. But I'm gonna put their name in a jar. But I'm gonna throw some hands. Oh, I got. Oh, you think I'm just right-handed? I got the left hand too. You know, the left-hand path. Nothing wrong with the left-hand path. It's whatever you want to do. I wonder why they give so much power to other people. Like, I'm not spending none of my magical time and magic energy doing something to somebody else. No, they don't. When other people have no creative power in my world and life at all, my job is my consciousness and keeping my consciousness in the consciousness of God. That's my take on it. Everyone has a different take on it. Now, tell me if in those 42 negative confessions of my aunt, did you hear, hi, LaShondra, how you loving? Did you hear the 10 Commandments? Put it in the chat. Did you hear the 10 Commandments? Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not. Moses, the word Moses is an Egyptian name. Moses was born, raised, reared on Maat. See, what happens is we take things out of context all the time, and then we don't understand what's going on. We take Moses out of context. You can't take Moses out of context. You can't take Jesus out of context. Jesus spent most of his life in Egypt. Most of his life he spent in Egypt. But people take things out of context all the time. Why don't they talk about Moses spending his whole entire life pretty much in Egypt? Grew up in Egypt, in the palace of Egypt. What do you think he was reared on? But Egyptian mythology, Maya, the gods, the goddesses, magic, master magician. What else would he have been reared on? And he was raised and he was born in Egypt and raised in Egypt. Even if you go with the Christian story that his mama put him in the river, that may or may not be true. It doesn't matter. The man is an Egyptian man, not a Hebrew man. And let me say this. Let me correct this. He could have been a Hebrew man. He was not a Jewish man. Let me make that correction, because Jewish and Hebrew, two different things back in the day. Later on, they got kind of conglomerated. Back in the day, and many of our Black Negro, I don't want to say Negro, but many of our Black Hebrew brothers and sisters and family know that Hebrews back in the day were Black people, and you have Black Hebrews right now. So Hebrew and Jew is not the same thing. They are, over the years, they kind of morphed and came together, yet that was not the case. So we are talking about Moses being in Egypt, right? Right? We understand we have a lot of Black Hebrew brothers and sisters, and we have a lot of Jewish people that are not Black, and we have Jewish people that are not Hebrews, and there are Hebrews that are not Jewish. So we have to be very clear on these, what we're talking about. And the same thing happens in the magical community. There are witches that are not Wiccan. I'm not Wiccan. I'm a witch. And there are Wiccans that may not have been born a witch. And there are magicians who are neither Wiccan or a witch. So we have to be clear on what we're talking about, right? That's why when you get this new book, Spell Crafting for the Christian Witch, in there, I give definitions of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a specific thing in that context. Now, if you take it out of that context into another place, it may mean something different. The same word can mean something different if you're saying it in Puerto Rico, if you're saying it in the Bahamas, if you're saying it in the United States. And we have this all the time. Language is powerful and important. So who heard the, yep, that's right, Robert, doesn't fit the narrative, right? Who heard the 10 Commandments in the 42 Confessions of my aunt? I want to hear that. Who heard the 10 Commandments in the 42 Confessions? Yes, somebody said, Robert said showed up. Yes. Okay. Yes. So Why is it so strange for us to understand? Or why would we want to? Well, let me go to this. The reason we call this forbidden knowledge is not because, like we say every week on Witchy Wednesday, it's not because you can't know these things. It's because these are not the things they're talking about in church, and these are certainly probably not the facts and truth that they want you to come across. Because if you came across the truth shall, and they shall know the truth, and the truth shall set them free. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So when you know the truth, no one can tell you anything. And I'm not saying that we don't listen to people as if we're too proud and too haughty that we know everything. That's never the case. What I'm saying is, if you know the truth sets your mind free. And then we're no longer dependent upon other people trying to teach us what they want to teach us. I was in a Kingdom Hall for 26 years, and they were just dishing out the conditioning, baby. Dishing out the conditioning every time you turn around. And why did they keep you in church all day on Sunday? And in the afternoon they had something, and then at night they had something, and then you had to come in for Bible study on Wednesday night. Why all of this? Because they had to condition your mind. They had to hypnotize you to the beliefs so that you could stay there forever. And they can, and you stay in the matrix, and pretty much they use you for a battery. And people power churches. People power it. And I'm not talking about the Spirit of the living God. The Spirit of the living God is everywhere. The Spirit of God is everywhere. It's in the wilderness. It's in the forest. It's on the mountaintop. It's in that ocean right there. It's in the sand. It's right here. It's in you. It's in me. The Spirit of God is everywhere. You don't need a church for the Spirit of God, which we know. Yet, over the many, many, many years, and I think Europeans have pretty much freed themselves of this church thing, but in America, started Puritan, and what's in the seed is in the tree, according to Kabbalah. And Americans are hard to let go of their Jesus the way they were told. And what most Christians have no idea is they just Christians, you've been lied to. I'm about to write the book about that one too, and put all the facts in there and let the chips fall where they may. So did the Ten Commandments come from Moses on the mountain? No, it's a nice story though. I do understand the metaphor. I love the metaphor. I love the metaphor of the burning bush. I love Moses. I love all of that. Ooh, the burning bush. I am that I am. Yes, I love it. Did it really happen? Probably not. Then up on the mountain, all the Israelites, supposed to be like millions of Israelites, a million able-bodied men, or I guess it says 800,000 able-bodied men, and besides so many women and children. And so they're saying that the estimate is supposed to be 2.5 million people. Historians say no, that did not happen. No. So obviously it must mean something. These are wonderful stories. It's an allegory. It's metaphor. It's mysticism. It's metaphysical. Don't look for it to be literal. Don't go looking for the Ten Commandments, the actual behold. I mean, it's like the movie. The movie was so good, right? Oh, Moses and his robe and the stick and the parting of the Red Sea and then walking through and the Egyptians get swallowed up. And these are great stories, aren't they? This is great. I love it. I love it all. I wouldn't give up my Bible stories for nothing, but I do realize these are stories. I love the stories. These are stories, family. Like, why are people taking all this shit literally? And you talk to the Christian apologetics and the Christians who are in, seminaries. But if you go to seminaries, they do tell you history pretty much has outruled all these things as not happening, or not happening the way that it, on the magnitude of what they said in the Bible, right? We just don't have the substantial archaeological and historical record to prove that. And we have records going all the way back thousands upon thousands of years. We got plenty records of plenty other things, but we don't have records of these things. Some things, yes. I don't want to say none of it is substantiated. Some things, yes. And so, Christians will take like one little stone that they found somewhere and say, see, this proves the whole thing is true. No, it doesn't. No. So all I'm saying is this. I don't want to take anybody's little security blanket from them, because Christians, they fight you. They fight you, not the Christians that are the elevated Christians like you all. I'm talking about the conditioning, yeah, that goes really deep, that has people's minds. And it's in my heart and my soul, and it's a passion, and it's a soul calling for people, for us to be free, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, for us to be free. So why are we talking about this as we wrap it up and put a pretty bow on it, Witchy Wednesday? Because it matters. It matters whether we know the truth or not. Because when you know the truth sets you free. And if we're not looking at the physical exact thing, we're free. If you stay stuck on the surface, people that stay stuck on the surface understanding of things, they lose the deeper truth and the mystery of the thing that is ineffable. And we don't want to fall into that category, right? We do not want to fall into that category. Family, I love you. I love you. I love you. Share this message with Christians that you may know. Share it with people who are looking, seeking, people who want to have these kinds of conversations about the Bible and magic and witchcraft. And like, I eat this stuff for breakfast. And, you know, what was the magical meaning of Daniel and the angels and demons and all this and Revelation and oh my God, I love all that stuff. So that's why I'm writing books about it as well. And the books like this is book number 17. This is book number 18. Book number 19 is Spellcrafting for the Christian Witch, which is in pre-order right now, by the way. Book number 19, Spellcrafting for the Christian Witch, it is in pre-order right now. Now, Spellcrafting for the Christian Witch, it has a cover that has a little typo right here, which is going to be fun later on. Of course, it's not going on any books at all. So when you get your book, it will have the proper cover on it, but it has a little typo on it. Now, if you look at it on Amazon, but on 11/11, when it releases and it actually gets sent to you, of course, it will not have a typo on it. So it's all in the, oh, I love your spirit. Oh, thank you, Eden. Thank you. I so appreciate you being here. I love you, family. I love you. That's right. We are the magic, aren't we? From the ground up production, we are the magic. Yes, one must know thyself. We've got to know ourselves. So, Spellcrafting for the Christian Witch, this is a big fat one. It's about 400 and some odd pages. It's about double this book. Yeah. It's more on the lines of Confessions. Confessions is like almost 400 pages. Spellcrafting for the Christian Witch is over 400 pages. I put some magic in there, baby. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. So it's available for pre-order right now. You can pre-order it. It's going to come in the ebook version, paperback version, and hardcover. I'm making a hardcover of that one too. A Spellcrafter for the Christian Witch. I'm so elated. I'm so elated. Ooh, definitely order it when you get them. Yay. And you can order it right now, family. So depending on when you're watching this, I don't know when you're going to be watching it on the replay. If you're watching it live right now, you can go ahead and buy it. Yeah, it's in pre-order right now. The full moon, it launched into pre-order, and it's going to be delivered on 11/11. Then I got another goodie for us coming out on 11/15, but I can't talk about that right now. It's a secret, so stay tuned. I love you, family. Have a beautiful day. Mwah! Peace. KAISI out, ValerieLove.com and ChristianWitches.com. God bless you. Oh, can you please do a video for Christians that deal with guilt, trying to step into witchcraft, but are told by pastors not to? Yes, I will. I will do that. I had that a lot. I felt guilty. I felt like, oh, is my soul turning dark? Am I about to go to the devil? You know, that was in the back of my mind. Oh my God, the devil ain't got me. Devil, are you here? Never happened, but I was scared. I feel you. Trust me, Guru, I was there. I was like, oh my God. And look, you know how you get these issues where you get these magic books and then you throw them away. Oh my God, I shouldn't have this book. Man, I got this psychic book. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll do a video on that. Maybe that'll be out next week, Witchy Wednesday. I had a psychic book, You Are Psychic by Deborah Lynn Katz. I freaking love that book. I got so scared one day that book came in. I was like, oh my God, psychic. That's bad. It's very bad. Threw the book in the garbage. Then the next thing you know, I was like, I really want that book. Went back and bought the book again. I'm like, you know something, Valerie, you're making yourself crazy. And you wasted money at the same time. So get your life together. Get yourself together. Okay, lady? And stop scaring yourself. I was terrified. Trust me, I feel you. I was terrified. Oh, I was terrified. So, Guru, we're going to do that for next week, Witchy Wednesday. You body guru. That is going to be on next week, Witchy Wednesday. How to get over guilt of coming, of when the Christians tell you, don't touch witchcraft, the guilt of witchcraft. How do you do it? How do you deal with it? I got something for us. All right, family. I love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. God bless. Mwah. Peace. Happy Witchy Wednesday. What an incredible, incredible